So today I'm going to talk to you about how you can start investing with small amounts of money. So I get asked this question all the time, like, should I start investing? I've only got a little bit of money. Do you think it's a good idea? So today I'm going to go through some of my favorite platforms that allow you to start investing with as little as £1. Hello, welcome to the Looking After Your Pennies YouTube channel. I'm Charlotte Jessup, and today I'm going to be talking you through how you can start investing with small, tiny amounts of money so that you can kind of get into the rhythm and learn what investing is about. Before we jump into that, I just want to say that this video is not advice. I'm not telling you to go out there and invest your money, and I'm not telling you which platforms to use. This is for your information so that you can make an informed choice. I talk about financial education because I want people to be empowered around their money so that they can make the choices that are right for them. Likewise, I'm going to be talking about investing today. So you need to know that your money can go up, which is fair, and it can go down as well. So there are some sort of risks involved with investing. So I want you to go into this with your eyes wide open. So let's start off with a fundamental question. So why should you start investing? Now, lots of people, and I come from a family of people who are completely risk averse. Investing is not their thing. They're just going to save their money. But there's got to be some reasons why people go about investing. And so these are some of them. So the first one is it enables you to build wealth, okay? When you start to invest, you are building wealth for the future. I talk about long-term investing. You won't hear me talking about quick wins on the stock market or anything like that. I'm always talking long-term. So when I invest, I'm investing for way off in the future, like my retirement and my kids when they're older, things like that. So I'm definitely thinking long term, and I want to build that wealth. I don't want to put money into an account and it just stays the same amount or even goes down. So that leads me on to my next point. So when you invest, you're actually trying, and normally will if you're picking the right things, trying to beat inflation. So current inflation rates are around the kind of 2% mark. I don't know exactly at the moment, but they've been about 2 for a while. So if your bank account is earning anything less than 2, and I think the most common amount is 0.01%, so that's significantly less than 2%, then your savings, any money that you're holding in cash, is going to be losing money. And you don't want that. So essentially, if you put £1,000 into a savings account now, in 10 years' time, you're going to be able to buy less stuff with that than you can now. So we invest for that reason as well. But why should you start investing with small amounts of money? I hear a lot of people say, oh, is it worth me investing? I've only got X amount in my budget. Well, I think it is worth you investing. And the reason I think that you should start investing is because you need to practice, okay? It is setting an intention. You are building a muscle. So if you said to me, oh, Charlotte, I want to run a marathon, well, I'm not going to say, right, well, out you go, run the 26.2 straight away. I'm not going to tell you to do that. I would say, okay, let's start. We'll go for a walk. We'll go for a run. We'll see how far we can get. And we want to do the same with investing. We're going to start off with amounts that feel comfortable, that we feel safe with, and then we will build up from there. And sometimes that first step is the scariest, it's the hardest. You can be like, oh, I'm not sure if it is going to work out. And actually just taking that first step, putting that first £1, £5, £10, whatever you feel comfortable with, into this new idea, this whole concept of investing, will actually remove some of that fear. It will get you to understand how these investing platforms work. It will get you to understand what a stocks and shares ISA is. You will learn the process of buying stocks, buying funds, and actually get to watch how your money grows and changes over time. So you kind of remove some of that fear and some of the unknowns around that. And all it takes is that first little step. And it gets you into that forward-thinking mindset. Anybody that is investing is looking towards the future, whether you want to create an income stream or whether you want to save for your retirement. It puts you in the mindset of someone who is being financially sensible and is thinking about their future. And even if it's just small amounts to start with, or small amounts forever, at least you've made that step and you are thinking of something further ahead than the next year, 5 years, etc. You are just the sort of person that wants to make changes to your future. And that's always a good thing. So the next question that I get asked a lot is, what amount should I start with? And this really is a question that I can't answer. Now, some people have lots of money and they're new to the idea of investing, in which case I'd be like, well, put a lot in then, like if you've got it, go for it. Some people don't have a lot and they've just got, a small amount that they want to try, but they're looking to build for their retirement. And I would say, well, if that's what you've got, that's what you've got. So ultimately the answer is that is up to you. You need to look at what you can afford, what feels right for you, what you are comfortable with within your risk level, and go for that. You don't want to be in a situation where you're taking out all of your emergency fund, and I've talked about emergency funds before. I don't want you taking all your emergency funds and chucking it in the stock market on one particular stock. What I want you to do is to make a careful and considered decision about what feels right for you now. That is likely to change. You might feel like, you get a new job or you get some money from some other source and you want to start investing more in the future, and that's absolutely right for you. You don't need to make a decision now about how much you're going to invest every month for the rest of your life. You just have to make a decision around what feels right for you now. Okay, but this amount needs to be an amount that you're prepared to put there in the long term. Like I say, long-term investing is key here. So what I really want you to do is pick an amount that you are happy to put in the stock market, happy to almost like practice with, to play with, and not something that you are going to stress over or worry about and constantly check it all the time. We want to put it there and just watch what happens. Just go through the process. And maybe you want to pick an amount that you could pay in regularly. So this could be an amount that you think, okay, so I can afford £10 a month at the moment. And you start and you set up some sort of automated system so that you invest £10 per month every month. So if you're looking to do more than just a one-off thing, maybe look at what you can afford every month rather than just going for like a lump sum now. Look at a regular payment instead. What I don't want you to do is just completely bust your budget because you think, oh yeah, I've got to get in it. Or, you're getting FOMO or, something's happening on Reddit or Twitter or something like that. And you feel the need to just jump in and get in on the action. Take a considered decision, make sure that it's right for you and your family. It's not just about you. There might be other people involved here. So think carefully about what you're doing. So let's talk now about the platforms that are available if you want to invest with small amounts of money. Now, the ones I'm going to talk to you about today are apps, so you can get them on your phone and you can access them online on a computer as well. Now, they all have different features. So these are investing platforms. Some of them have other options such as savings options, pensions options. But if you're looking to start investing, you'll either want a stocks and shares ISA. So if it's your only kind of investing platform, then you might want to go for a stocks and shares ISA, which will give you tax-free gains. So any money you make on this, you won't have to pay tax on, which is nice. Or you can go for a general investment account, which will be an account that you will have to pay tax on, but it's completely up to you. So if you want to get another investment account, you can only have one stocks and shares ISA, so you need to kind of pick wisely as to where you want it to be. And yeah, just decide what type of account you want. So let's start off with one that you might have heard of. So this is Plum. So this is an app and they have some great features that can help you save money. So this is different from investing. It's talking about saving money. They have like roundup features, or they have a system where it checks your bank account and works out how much money you can afford to set aside. And then if you don't want to just save it, you can upgrade and access their investment options. Now, this starts at £1 per month. So if you want to access their investing options, then you're going to need to pay £1 a month for that. But you can start investing with just £1. So you need to think about how much you want to put in compared to the cost of doing that. So, if you're just putting in £1, you're going to end up spending that on the fees. However, if you use some of their savings strategies like this, rounding up and setting the money aside, that you're kind of looking at your bank account and you want to invest that money so you could start to see money building fairly quickly, then you might think that that is a sensible option for you. Now, within that app, they give you access to a range of funds based on your risk level. So if you're feeling nervous, you can start at the lower end. Or if you're feeling like, yeah, let's go for it, let's just see what happens if we go high risk, then you can do that too. They keep it fairly simple. There's not a whole load of, different companies or funds that you can invest in. And so you choose based on your risk level and on the funds that they have available to you. So another one that's kind of similar in that you get to pick a type of fund and you choose a kind of risk level in that is Wealthify. So Wealthify offer stocks and shares ISAs, general investment account, junior ISAs, and they also have pensions options too. And you can start investing with as little as £1. That's what this whole video is about. So it'd be silly of me not to include these options. Now, they basically give you a choice of two types of fund. You can either be on an original plan or you can be on an ethical plan. So these are investing in companies that are, doing good things around the world for various different reasons. Or you can just go for their more general fund, which they call the original plan. Now, they will do a short quiz and they will work out your risk level. So they will give you, I think it's 5 different risk levels, and you will get assigned to one of those based on your experience with investing and how you feel about risk. You can then either make manual payments or you can set up an automated monthly payment. And you can do that with £1 or you can do that with £10, £200, £500, however much that you want to put into that. Now, the next one that you might want to consider is Moneybox. Again, you can start with just £1, but Moneybox is a little bit different in that it gives you access to a larger range of funds. So you will get to pick for some fairly well-known funds and you can choose to put your money in those. So perhaps you've watched some other videos and you think, I'd like to invest in this particular fund. Well, have a look and see if Moneybox offers that for you. It's for this reason that I kind of think of it more as like an intermediate app. So if you're like brand new to investing and you literally have no clue and you want something easier, then one of the previous two might be better for you. But if you want access to a wider range of funds, but you still want fairly simple investing, then Moneybox could be fab. Another great thing about Moneybox is they also offer the lifetime ISA, which means that you can invest for your first home or you can invest for your retirement and you get a government bonus of 25%. I've got another video about this and about the different types of ISAs, so make sure you go and check that out. So the next two apps are kind of similar and they are Trading 212 and Free Trade. So let me talk about Trading 212. So Trading 212, I've done a whole video about and how you use it and you can buy and sell and all that sort of thing. So if you think that this is the app for you after watching this video, then maybe go and check out my other video that's specifically about Trading 212. Now you can invest in Trading 212 with as little as £1 and they have free trading. So this means that you won't pay any fees. Now, there are some other fees involved in terms of deposits and things like that. So you need to check those out and see if those are right for you. But with Trading 212, you get access to a huge range of individual companies and funds as well. So this is kind of for the investor that wants a bit more scope in what they're investing. Maybe you want to pick individual companies and funds and you want a mix of the both. Well, then Trading 212 could be good for you. Another good thing about Trading 212 is that they offer free shares. So when you sign up using my link, which is in the bio, you can get a free share. So you need to complete the sign up process, deposit your £1, and then you will get a free share, and that could be worth up to £100. So essentially, you could use £1 of your own money and then get some money back from Trading 212 in the form of a share that you can use to play with when you invest. Now, Free Trade is similar. So they have this huge range of stocks and funds that you can pick from. And if you sign up and deposit with £1 using my link, you could get a free share worth up to £200. So again, you're going to get this money or this share that you can kind of play with and monitor and just get used to the platforms. Now, these are great for people that really want to kind of immerse themselves in the world of investing, but maybe you just don't want to use your own money. You can put that £1 in, play around with somebody else's money, try the buying and selling without without the fear of like messing it up, because you can just use the money that you get from the free share. And once you're signed up to these platforms, you can sign up to both of them. You can refer your friends, you can get them to sign up, and every friend that you refer, they get a free share too. So if you use my links, I get a free share. So big thank you for that. So there we go. I've talked you through 5 of my favourite apps that you can use to start investing with as little as £1. So like I say, I think that we need to see more people investing, more women in particular, because they're generally not investing as much as the men. So check out these apps. Let me know what you think. Make a decision that is right for you. Each of these apps might not be the one for you, but one of them might be. So do your research, have a play around and see what you think. And I would love it if you could let me know, do you already use some of these apps for investing? Let me know in the comments which ones are your favourites, and I'd love to hear your feedback about each of them. So thank you for watching today. Don't forget to check me out on my other social media channels. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, I've got a website, I've got a podcast, so please do go ahead and check those out. Thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.